Hi and welcome to my new video series. This is my first video and I'm super excited that you're tuning in. Today I like to talk about the 4 key ingredients to success because I have studied and listened to so many podcasts and interviews of really successful people, because I wanted to personally find out what do those people have in common that makes them so successful. So I've listened to Tony Robbins, Sara Blakely, Marie Forleo, Oprah, Tim Ferriss, Beyonce, Will Smith, all of my personal role models, and I tuned in to find out more about their story, and I found that all of them have those 4 key ingredients that we're going to cover here in this video today that really played a major part in making them so successful. And as I love to keep it actionable, I'm going to walk you through those 4 things that, by the way, also, since I personally put them into my day-to-day practice and focus on them, that has made such a big difference in my own life. So I'm really excited to share them with you. And it's going to be actionable. I will also share some tools that you can use in order to practice each of those skills. And yeah, I'd say let's dive right into it. So number 1 is, for anything that you want to be successful in your life, you need to have a crystal clear vision of your best life. And what I mean by that is that you actually have thought about what you want to experience in your life. With whom do you want to spend your time with? How do you want to feel on a day-to-day basis? In which shape do you want to be in? What kind of relationships do you want to have? What kind of things do you want in your life? And the clearer the picture you get, the more you allow your vision to pull you. And what I mean by that, for example, I have really practiced and tapped into my vivid imagination. For example, I know exactly how the moment is going to look when I go into a bookstore and I will see my first published book in there. I know how it's going to make me feel. I also know how it's going to feel when I stand on a stage of the conference that I'm going to host that will empower women on a 2 or 3 days basis. I also will know how it's going to make me feel when I have empowered thousands of women to live their best life. And on the fun side, I also know exactly how it's going to look when I have the money to charter a private jet and invite all my girlfriends for a really fun weekend. So in order for you to create a really inspiring and exciting vision for yourself, you can start by asking yourself those questions. What do I want to experience in life? How do I want to feel? With whom do I want to spend my time with? And then look at some of your goals, make them lofty and exciting, and then ask yourself, how is it going to look? And really try to dive into that moment and really visualize it. And once you've created this, what is really important is that you connect to that vision on a day-to-day basis. Because it's really fun to create a vision board once in your lifetime, but looking at those images or reading your goals that you have written down are only going to be that inspiring. What really makes a difference is to tune into the feelings. So for me personally, every morning I meditate, and through my meditation, I connect to the best version of myself. I picture the woman I need to be and I'm going to become that can achieve all of my lofty goals. And I'm also tuning into those specific pictures that I've created that I mentioned before. And this really helps me to open up my heart and to really feel as if it's already real. And it's super inspiring, and when you do it at the beginning of your day, you are going to feel an energy push that's just going to pull you throughout the day as well. And in addition to the meditation, I also write down my mission every day in my journal to really connect with what I am here to create and what's important to me. That allows me also to make much better decisions throughout the day, because I really am focused and tuned into what's most important to me. So that's for number one. You need a vision that is really strong so it can pull you. And then for number two, it is the courage to keep going despite fear. Because the truth is, like every successful person that I have listened to, it's not that they are fearless. They're not like some special people who are born without fear and that's why they can accomplish all of those amazing things. It's that they do it despite their fear. They do it anyway. And that's really what it's all about. You don't have to feel ready. You don't have to feel not scared about your big dreams. You just have to find a way to do it anyway. Because if I'm honest, like on 3 out of 5 days in the morning, I wake up scared. I'm worried. And often I'm anxious. I'm thinking that I'm going to make a fool out of myself. I'm going to fail and fall flat on my face. I'm going to be embarrassed about this video in 2 years, you know. And I'm like really anxious and scared a lot of the times. What has helped me to actually create momentum and to get going and to work on my dreams despite my fears is my strong vision. That I know my reason why. Why am I doing this? Why is it so important to me? And that really helps me to give workshops, to record videos, to post on Instagram, and to put myself out there on a constant basis. And that's what I like you to think about as well. Once you've created a strong vision, also connect to the idea that everybody who creates something great and who dares to put themselves out there, of course it's scary. You know, people, you give people a platform to judge you. And I am personally a people pleaser. I want that everybody loves me. So it's really scary to me that some people think I will do shit stuff, you know, and they're going to criticize me for it. But you have to focus on the people that love you and that support you and that dig your message, and stay connected to your vision. And then you, like every time that you do something, despite your fear, you train your muscle of courage. So, and that's for number two, have the courage to keep going despite your fear. You don't need to be fearless, you just need to do it anyway. And then number three is to have the faith that you're guided and supported along the way. That's actually something that I personally tuned in quite late to. I didn't grow up in a religious setting, so I never really believed in God. And I also always felt that I have to do everything by myself, and that everything what happens to me, it's only in my power. And while that brought me like far in life, I realized that once you connect to something bigger, to a higher power that helps you and that supports you along the way, everything feels much lighter and much easier. And since I've tuned in to faith, the way I'm doing it is that every evening when I go to bed, I just send a little prayer to the universe, and I express my gratitude that the universe is supporting me and helping me along the way, and that I can surrender, and I know whatever is happening for me. And this has given me like an incredible amount of power and of relief, that I don't have to carry all of the weight on my shoulders, but there is like this magical power out there that's supporting me, because I'm doing good and I'm positive and I'm sending like good vibes out there, this is being matched by something that's bigger than myself. And since I started that practice, I really realized that it's true. Like the right people are coming into my life kind of magically, you know. I'm just meeting the person who knows about something that I need to do at the right moment, just by coincidence. I also realized that money flows much easier into my life whenever I need it, and I'm tuned into the positivity, then something is coming up. So I can encourage you also to dig a little bit deeper into the topic and to maybe practice it as well in the evening, to just try it out and see how it feels when you connect to whatever you want to call it, you know, but something like a higher power than yourself. So number 3 is have the faith that you are supported and guided along the way. And then we have number 4, the discipline to continue when it gets hard. And for me personally, that was probably the toughest one that I struggled with the most. Because for a long time in my life, I was a good student, I got good grades, and I did things well when I had somebody else to please or some rules to follow. I did good when I wanted my boss to be impressed. But doing things consistently that are important to me, I struggled with that, in all honesty. So I had to really train that muscle of discipline. And let's take a step back and ask the question, what is discipline anyway, and how can you train and practice it? So discipline for me is really to, when you have the choice to do something that you want right now and to do something that you know is good for you in the long term, self-discipline is when you go for the thing that you know is going to be better for you in the long term. You invest in your future self by giving up your present want. An example that we all know is, you know, I want to be in sick shape. Do I go for the vanilla ice cream bucket, or do I choose a yogurt with nuts right now? Or do I stay in bed and hit the snooze button, or do I get up and do my sports? So whatever it is, discipline really is when you choose what's good for you in the long term, because you have long-term goals. Success happens only in the long term. There are no quick wins. There are 0 overnight successes. Even though the media suggested otherwise, it's just not true. Every overnight success looks back at like 5, 7, 10 years of really, really hard work. And hard work means that you choose what's good for you in the long term. And the good news here is that it's really good, it's really simple to practice, because discipline is a muscle. So you can start with something, and here you can do this right now. So pick one of your goals, not the biggest one right now, but you want to pick one that you know you can kind of easily achieve. And over the next 30 days, make it a priority to follow through. Whatever it is it a 10 morning yoga routine you do in the morning? Then do this and track your progress. And for over 30 days, just follow through with it every single day. Then not only after 30 days, you have a new habit that is great for you and your health, but you've also proven to yourself that when you make a promise to yourself, you're going to keep it. And that's really, really important when you want to build the life you dream about. You need to keep the promises that you make to yourself. The promises you make to yourself need to become more, or at least equally important, as the promises that you make to other people. And you can practice it with like one habit at a time, one day at a time, and you can pick something that you can achieve quite easily, because discipline is a muscle. And another benefit is you can also think about discipline in the way that there's no greater way of taking care of yourself and of practicing self-love than to be disciplined with yourself. Because it simply means that you actually stick to what you know you really want in your life. Yeah. And that's it. Those are my 4 key pieces to success. And I hope you liked the video. If you did, you can like it right now and you can subscribe to the channel. And I would love to hear from you in the comments. Which of those 4 ingredients are you going to work on right now? And what are you going to specifically do? Because action and results are going to happen once you commit to do something. So you can do the first step right now, right here. Let me know in the comments which of the ones you want to focus on. Is it the vision that is going to pull you? Is it courage to keep going? Is it faith? Or is it is it discipline? Let me know in the comments and how you're going to plan to follow through there. And then if you want to learn more about me and my work, you can go to my website. I will link to it. It's christinemünch.com. I will link to it in the notes. And if you want to work with me and talk to me, then you can, right now, at the moment, you can schedule a free 20-minute strategy session with me. And I would be excited to meet you. And with that, I wish you an amazing day and see you soon. Bye-bye.